Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today is Monday, May 12th of 2025. So today is my Monday cleaning. So what I've got is my front entrance, the hallway, stairways, the spare bedroom, and my kitchen. So I will be saying I'm going to be doing a lot of extra things because I put some stuff off that I haven't done for a while, and that will be washing down the windows and the glass in my doors. It's been probably about a month since I've done that. Um, I do try to keep them nicely, polished and everything. I don't always show myself do it, but I'm gonna say having my son home this weekend, and then I found some fingerprints in places that I don't know. He's just taller, so he steps in. I don't know. So I've got some handprints on my glass that are higher than I've had fingerprints before for a long time. Maybe I've never had fingerprints that high up. So I got to do some glass. My son was standing in the front entrance. I don't know what he did, but he put a handprint on the window, and it's like you probably wouldn't be able to notice it except it's in some of that like sanding drywall powdered stuff that I know was still there that hadn't been fully wiped off since the last time stuff was being done in the house. Just never got to it. I also want to get my kitchen table and chairs done. Just dust collects on the so I got the shelves on my bottom of my table. I also have the little wine bottle holders, so dust and stuff has gotten in there, and I haven't cleaned those for a while. So I want to get to that today, and I got to do my kitchen cabinets. Like I said, my son was home. He's cooking steak. I've got grease splatter all over my stove and up on the excuse me, the outside of the microwave and up on the side of the cupboards. So I'm going to be doing some little bit different cleaning today. Actually, some of the cleaning actually goes into my extra items to do. Stuff I don't have to do like on a, still on a regular basis, but not at every time I clean the kitchen do I have to wipe down all my cupboards, like fronts of every drawer. Some of the handles kind of wipe them off if I notice like, somebody drips something off the counter or somebody's got sticky fingers and they touch the drawer handles. Stuff like that is just normal every day. I wipe it as I see it. But the actual splatter of grease going up the side of my cupboards, I haven't had that for a while. And so, yeah, so I'm going to just work on that. Just seeing what else is here. Like I said, the spare bedroom, I'm now calling my office. So I'm going to change that right now. Because I have set it up as an actual office now, and I do have to straighten out some things in there. I do need to vacuum up there. So I will be vacuuming and mopping today. I know sometimes I kind of put that off and like, well, I can do it later, and I do it later. I don't always feel myself doing it, but today I'm like, no, I gotta pull the furniture out. I've got to get into those corners. There's just things I've been kind of putting off for a little bit that I have to get done. So yeah, I will be right back. I'm going to start, I guess, the easiest way to do is I always find cleaning a room, just find one spot, work in one spot, and kind of just go in a circle. Like I usually start to my left and work my way around the room to the right. And I just find it easier that way. Or you can always start from the right and work your way around. It just depends on the room and how you walk into the room. Kind of just depends on which way I'm facing, which way I want to do the room, which side of the room looks easier to do. I'll start there. So when I'm doing my main floor here, if I start from the front door and I work my way through the kitchen and then down the hallway towards the back door, it's like just one straight continuous line kind of a thing. I know exactly where I'm going to be doing. That way I'm not walking, doing a cleaning an area, walking through a dirty area, and then cleaning the next area. So I kind of just figure out where I want to start. So I'm just going to go and pull up my cleaning products, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough and show you what I'm going to do. So in the front entrance, my son's been home. He saw the Easter stuff. I mean, we're now into the middle of May. almost. So now I can take all the Easter decor down. So in here, I'm taking down the Easter decor. Like I said, it's the window here has got handprints on it. And even, I don't know, this glass here and this one. So it must have been when he was shutting the door. And there's just extra fingerprints on my door that weren't there. So yeah, just things. And then, just got to do the litter box and the garbage, of course. And then my kitchen, same thing. I'm going to undecorate from Easter. So I'm going to change out the table runner and the placemats as well. I'm just walking through the kitchen. So these are the cleaning supplies I will be using today to do my kitchen. I got to use the Cerama Bright because there is grease all over my cook stove. I've got my Murphy wood cleaner here as for my kitchen cabinets. I've got my furniture polish, which I'll use after I do the Murphy. Got my Zep foaming glass cleaner for cleaning the glass. Got my little Screaming Mama to do the microwave. I have my Lysol Kitchen Pro Power Degreaser. I did use the top oven the other day to make my son's cake, and I kind of spilt a little bit of the cake mix in. So I'm just going to wipe it out with this. Instead of going and, using the Easy Off, I find this works just as good between the, little spills inside the stove versus, always, grabbing the Easy Off. And then I've got my terrific stainless steel cleaner and my Zep marble, granite, and quartz cleaner for my counters. So like I said, even in the dark, I'm pretty sure if I go like this, in the dark, you can just see the grease splatters. And it splattered up here and up onto this door. And I don't know, it looks like maybe it got even up there. I can see the grease just splattered up here. So I'm thinking it probably got those cupboards. So I'm going to actually wash my cupboards today because I haven't done that for a while. And then over here, like I said the other night, it was his birthday. These little birthday candles. I've got some dishes in the sink that are clean. Then I've got some other little things here on the counter which needs to get put away. And then turn the lights on. The hallway here is fine. It just needs a good vacuuming, mopping. This door has got fingerprints on it too. I know the stairs need to be done. My daughter was cleaning her room, so she swept her floor and everything just got kind of swept to the hallway. So the hallway and the stairs were not wiped. And then, like I said, I'm calling this my office. Find a light switch. So her stuff is piled up on this chunk of the space. But like I said, I was starting to make this my office. I just have to go and get an extension cord because right now I only have access to one outlet and the printer wire will not reach where the outlet is. But up here there's not much, but I do have to sweep and mop this floor because I was moving things around and my daughter was moving things around and I did not get a chance to sweep this. I did a light sweep, but it really needs to be swept, and I'm not going to mop because she's got boxes of things over here. I'm just going to do a quick vacuum or maybe just a quick sweep. I don't know if I'll bring the vacuum up here. But yeah, that's what I'll be working on today. I'm going to head back downstairs and start with the front entrance. All right, so I'm now just in the front entrance. Like I said, I'm just going to remove all the Easter decor that's up here on these shelves. I've got this little basket here. I'm just going to throw them all into. It won't take too long to do that. I've got empty bottles that I have to take outside. My daughter has a pair of shoes here. I have a pair of shoes here. I got to put these away. extra pet bowls that we're not using. I got to put these away. And I've got these little baskets down here that are actually have stuff in them right now, like this little basket here. When I bought groceries, you know, I've got all my little reusable bags I got to take back out to the car. I put in this basket. And then in this basket here, I've got the bags, you know, that you get from the store. So it's Bath and Body Works and one Starbucks, and I got this other one here. So these reusable paper bags. And I hear something jingling in here, so I gotta see what this is. I've also got some paper that some of the glass items were wrapped in. I know this was from the candles. Oh, I see what it was. My dog ate the cat toys, and I found all the little bells from the cat toys throughout you know, my living room and kitchen, and I just was throwing them in this little basket here because it was just a convenient place to do it. Now I've got a handful of little bells, so I'm just going to leave them in this basket. I have nowhere to put them right now. Same with these little bags. They can just stay in here, except I don't want the clump of pet hair in there. So this is just from buying candles, and they wrap them. So I'm saving this paper. Should be another piece. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Another piece of just paper from buying glass items from the dollar store, because I will need these for when I'm packing up some of my stuff in my basement. I've got some glass items, like I said. So just all this pet hair. But there, so that's just in these baskets. So these baskets are fine. I know what's in them. Kind of already dealt with them. I don't need to do anything else. So I'm just going to, like I said, undecorate these shelves and the kitchen table, and I'll be back to just finish cleaning. It's just I got to get the ladder out, and I got to climb up and pull that stuff down. So I'll be right back. All right, I got that stuff kind of moved. I didn't do the garbage. It is just pouring right now. I don't feel like running outside at the moment. Although I will have to open my door to clean the windows. So I've got my window cleaner, and I've got a special microfiber cloth. This one is for glass. It works good for glass and mirrors, and even says glass on it. And then when I do my door, because there's fingerprints all around, I'm just going to use my Lysol Kitchen Pro. And because I'm working in the kitchen, I'm using the little towel that says kitchen on it. It's another microfiber cloth. Okay. Watch out. Come on. Might as well do both sides of the windows. There's how dirty those outside windows were. And I'm just going to do my door. Oops. Well, looks a lot better. Don't think I sprayed that. Eleanor, come. Inside, come. All right, so that is done. Well, here I'm just gonna, oops, wrong cleaner. This bench that's sitting here is actual just granite. I gotta grab the other cleaner. And this is just another microfiber cloth. And this is my marble, quartz, and granite cleaner. And this bench that we have here sitting by our front door, if I can get it into view, let's see, is straight granite. Like a $2,000 bench, I think. So yeah, just gonna clean that. And then I think I'm done in here except the floor. And then I can start doing the kitchen. Right, so the front entrance is done, so I'm going to work on my kitchen. So first thing is Easter stuff that can get put away. All I have in here for Easter is the napkins and florals, and then the placemats and the runner. I'm just going to set these in. I'm just going to set all this glass stuff just in my living room on the coffee table just to get it out of my way for now. It'll just take me a minute just to clear the table. All right, I got the dishes off, so I'm just going to move this plastic off. And the runner and the tablecloth, because I want to give my kitchen table and chairs a good clean. It's going to be so loud pulling the table and chairs out, but I can't help that. So I have, where is it? Yes, I'm just going to use the furniture polish on the table and chairs. So I've got another one of these cleaning cloths. This one says dust. This is the one I like to use with this. My table is clean. I don't need to wipe it down. I mean, I can always just do this, but because I keep it well protected with the tablecloth and the plastic, it's usually fairly clean. But before I spray this, I got to move my cat because cats don't like the sound of that. Also, I don't need her jumping up and getting covered in this. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, come on. You gotta move because I gotta clean. Get your claws out of me. There you go. Okay, now I can spray this and not worry about spraying my cat with cleaner. And then when doing this, I always go with the grain. So I got a couple of these spots where, you know, it goes one way and this one goes the other way. And the whole center of the table all goes the same direction. So I just go back and forth, up and down with the grain. I'm just gonna got enough stuff on my cloth. I don't think I need to spray these parts down. Now I come over here and I can see that I kind of missed a bit. It does happen. That's why I think I got it all, and then I come to this side and then I can see I missed wiping a chunk, or it's got the deep groove, so the cleaner kind of settles in the grooves. I've got my hair in my mouth now. Like that. Dust off the chairs. I mean, these were done fairly recently. I had done this just before Easter. Even though I know these will need another good dusting. I've got so many other things I got to do today, but I just wanted to change out my table a bit. And while I've got this pulled out, I am just going to sweep under these chairs. See, my cat sleeps on these chairs, so I just see a whole bunch of her pet hair right here. Like, I will vacuum later, but just a big pile of her hair. So I just want to just get it out of my way right now. There goes the broom. Okay. Thought it would just stay sitting there, but guess not. And I'm just going over the chairs where my cats sit. She's got a couple chairs that she loves to sit on, and so they get covered in her hair. I'm just doing this quickly. Like I said, later on, I'm going to pull out all the chairs and the table. I'm going to clean them good, but today I want to work on my cupboards. So I will save the kitchen table and chairs for another day this week. I always find it hard to slide because we've got the tiles. And the table, one part of the leg gets caught right in the grout line, and then I can't move the table. But I find it really easy to pull out, but really hard to push back. Because under there, I gotta clean. I will show that. So my table here, we've got the little bottle racks and things, and it always gets so dusty in there, so that I have to polish. It's a small table, so it doesn't take long to polish, but it's, then people's feet sit on here too. I know I have a habit of always resting my feet on here when I'm eating, and other people do too, and sometimes they even have their shoes on when they do that. Take these things out. My husband likes Ovaltine, and we found that in this, even at the other house, this was just the best place for him to store his Ovaltine. It didn't disturb anything in the cupboards, and it's actually, there's a reason to use these little things. I said they're holds wine bottles, and we don't drink, and I find that it's just not big enough for Pop, but it works perfect for my husband's Ovaltine. And especially in this house, we don't have a lot of kitchen space. It's just a perfect place for him to keep it. Well, he hasn't had much. I don't think he's had any Ovaltine for a while. So I'll have to remind him that. Dust these off. These are the two that are open. These ones are full. So, I'll just put my bench back, and then I can now just get my tablecloth back on the table. Okay. I don't have a runner at the moment for on this table, but I do have placemats. And I'm just going to decide which ones I think I'm going to put on. When I had ran downstairs a little bit ago, I had to just kind of decide which ones I want to use. So I got these nice spring, summery, fall. Some of them are more fall. So I've got the lemons, and I even have the sunflowers. Now I think I'm going to use these sunflowers because they'll go perfect. I think the sunflowers will look really good with my curtains here. My curtains got the sunflowers. So I brought these both up, or I can do the lemon. So I don't know. I'm going to just put both out and just kind of see which ones I just want to put them side by side, and I can just see, you know, kind of which ones I think I'd like to put out. See, these the lemons are really light. These ones are really dark. I think I'm going to stick with the lemons. They are way lighter, less pattern to them. So that's the ones I'm going to use. I just need 4 of them. I'm going to say this one here is dirty. It needs to be washed. So I'm just going to go through and see. I know these were washed before they got put away, but I'm just going to double check. You know, they're all clean. And that one's dirty. What's this? Some stuff stuck. Oh, so yeah, there's like 4 of these that are dirty. Okay. I am just going to, I guess I will be using the sunflower ones because I think the lemon was the last one I used. They all look dirty, so maybe they didn't get washed when they got put away. I'm just going to check. Sunflower ones. They all seem fine. They're not dirty. Actually, no, these ones are brand new. I haven't even used these ones. Okay. They still have their price tags on. Okay, so I'm just going to take the price tags off, find the nicest 4, and put them on. So, you know, I might just put all 6 around the table just because I'm not using a runner this time. I don't have a runner that matches these. Well, I do, but I don't know where my other runner is. I've got this nice, it's a brown yellowish color, and I do love it. It's like a faux suede. I just thought it would be good, but I don't see it, so I'll just do this. And what I like about doing this is, you know, when your tablecloths have like little marks on them, you can kind of use it as guidelines. And then that's how you can tell if things are not centered. You can kind of see where everything lines up. There. Okay, I'm just going to grab the plastic here. Put the plastic back on my table, and I'll put my dishes back on. And it's going to take a minute to get this plastic straight because every time I move it, the placemats are going to move. So I'll be back as soon as I get the dishes placed on the table. Okay, so the table is set up. So now I can work on the rest of my kitchen here. So I just have some dishes to put away. I've got some food to put away. And then I think that's what I'll do. I'm just gonna, so I gotta run the frying pan downstairs. I got this other pan I gotta put away. I've got some dishes. These birthday candles were from the dollar store. And see how fast they melted. So I'm gonna say, because they were just from the dollar store, I am one of those people who I used to save birthday candles if you can. But I mean, that was a number 2. I guess it's there, but it doesn't look like it now. Most of these will. There's a couple of them that I might be able to reuse. Like there's an A, and there's an I, and a T. But a lot of these are just, oh, well, the B looks okay. But I think I'm just going to throw these out. Yeah, I've had these quite a few years, and I know there's sometimes we use sparklers and then we don't always light the candles. But I think I'm just going to let these go out. Put this little cat food tin here, and it's got leftover grease. So I'm just going to stick these candles in here and just get rid of this stuff. And I can just wash this. I'm just going to leave this container here by the sink just because I'm not running out to the garbage. It is just, I think it's still downpouring, or it was. I don't feel like getting wet at the moment, so I'm just going to put my dishes away, and I'll be back when I do the stove, because that is what I really need to do. Maybe I'll do that. Not going to actually do the stove, but I'm just going to put the Cerama Bright on and give it a few minutes to help lift up this grease that's on here. And I definitely know I am going to have to use the razor on this. So I'm just going to just do this, give this a few minutes to soak in while I put away the clean dishes and anything else that's on the counter. And I know I poured too much Cerama Bright. It's gone right through this cloth. That's okay. The amount of grease that's on here, I definitely need a lot of the Cerama Bright. But I will show you just how much grease is on here. If I just, I don't know if I can, I don't know if it's gonna work. Okay, I'm just gonna put this back on. And now this burner up here, we never use. Actually, I'm gonna turn the camera. So like I said, this burner here, we never use. And you can just see the white ring through. Same with this burner, we hardly use this. But when you do this, and then you can't really see the white ring, but when you get the swirl pattern going the opposite direction of the ring, you can clearly see the outline of the ring, and it looks clean. Looks clean. Then it's this one. You can see where all the grease and everything is on here, because the ring itself is not really that clearly defined through the cleaner. I'm just going to give this a scrub here for a minute. I'll just show you. See? Look at all the grease I got off. It does take some elbow grease to get this grease to come off. It does. So it is coming clean, but I mean, see, I'll do here where you can really see the grease, and just starting to come off, but there is still little bits in there. Like up here, you can really see where the grease splattered. It does take several minutes to scrape this off. But because I'm doing this, I might as well just grab the razor blade and just show I go in one direction. So I just choose here. I'm just going to scrape right across. And you can see where there's still grease stuck. So now I'm just going to put some cleaner back over here, and I'm going to go in the, I go up. And where this tool is having trouble scraping, it's where there is a lot of grease buildup. I'm just doing very slowly. And I can come from the other side. So it is coming, but it's going to take quite a bit of work. So I'm just going to continue doing this burner, and I'll get my clean dishes put away, and then I will be back. All right, so I'm still just working on this. I'm just going to clean this razor blade off. I've got stuff stuck on it. So it's looking a lot better. I am going to, just because it was grease, I'm just going to spray the top down with this Lysol Kitchen Pro Power Degreaser. I do find it does help remove some of the extra grease. Then I've got just this cloth here, and it says kitchen on it. So I'm just going to use this to wipe down the top of the stove from the degreaser. And I'm just going to grab a paper towel. Shoot. I don't have any in the kitchen. Oh, there. Just going to grab a piece of paper towel. I do find it does help with the power degreaser. Well, that's just my microwave, because while I was doing this, I decided I'm going to do my microwave too. So that's just my microwave telling me that my time is up. So I had my little Screamin' Mama with water and vinegar. I put her in for 5 minutes, and then I set the timer for another 1 minute of rest. And then it's just going to continuously beep every so often to remind me that there is something still in the microwave. Well, that looks so much better, although I do see I've got some grease splattered over here. So I'm just going to do this. I never use the razor blade on my glass stove unless I have a cleaner with it. I just saw something here. A little bit of grease splattered this way. There, I think, yeah, it's gone now. There. I'm cleaning the grease off. I see any grease splatter a little further than I thought. I'm just going to clean it now. There. Okay, my cook stove is now all clean. I've got my clean dishes and everything put away. I've got the extra food that was on the counter put away. So now I'm just going to do this. I'm going to pull out the little screaming mama here. And it's been in a few more minutes so that this plate is hot. I'm going to grab this as well. And I'm just going to grab a piece of paper towel just because it's sitting right here. I'm just going to wipe this down. I don't know. I don't like this particular paper towel. It's just some paper towels just, I don't know, don't do a good job of wiping things. Just kind of spread things, or this is just that water and vinegar, so this paper towel just soaks it up and then I can't dry it. It just wants to spread the liquid. And I believe this paper towel was from Walmart. So, I don't buy paper towel from Walmart, but sometimes you're up there, you're at the mall, Walmart's right there. You just grab paper towel. And then you get mad at yourself because you're like, you never buy it because it just, this is what it does. Put that back in. Wipe this off. Now my microwave is done. And then I said I was going to do the inside of my oven. I just have the little mini one here that I had used. And I had spilt a little bit of the cake when I went to put my cake mix or my cake in to bake. I kind of tipped it and I spilt a little bit. What is that? Those are scratches. Uh-oh. Somebody scratched the top of my stove. Something there too. Okay, so I'm going to clean the inside of my stove. I'm just going to spray a little bit of this Power Kitchen Pro Power Degreaser just kind of in the center, right where I see I had spilt the cake batter. And it just wipes right off. It just happened. It was Saturday afternoon. And I meant to wipe it out sooner, and I just kind of forgot. You know, the oven was hot, and then I got busy with other things Saturday. I forgot to do that. I'm going to see. The rack is fine. The cake mix might be a little on here. My stove is clean. My oven is clean. And I think those scratches would be from my son. He was cooking his steak and he slid the pan across the top. Okay. Can't help that. It is a glass cook stove. If you're too rough with it, with baking pans, and you just scrape things, metal utensils, knives, you can scratch the surface. Okay, so that is done. So I'm just going to wipe down my counters. Oops, if I do this. I'm just going to wipe down my counters and the outside of my appliances. And then I can wash the outside of my cabinets. That is easy to do. I just got to go downstairs and get my bucket. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this Murphy oil soap. How do you make this? Cleaning floors, no. I want to... No, I'm not doing floors, I'm doing cabinets. But it's 1/4 cup of Murphy in 1 gallon of water. Or you can even use, for heavy cleaning, 1/2 cup of Murphy oil per gallon. I'm not doing that amount. I'm just doing my cupboards. So I usually take my little mop bucket and I put in about a capful of Murphy oil just to do my cabinets here. I can't do the lower ones. My husband's working on fixing something that happened to a couple of the cabinets over here. So I'm just going to work on the cabinets up at the top and the ones that I can clean. So I'm just going to leave... My husband is fixing cabinets at the moment, so I will be back when I start to do the cabinets. Okay, so I got this bucket. I had to wash it out. It hasn't been used for a while. I'm just going to add 1 capful of the Murphy soap. Just going to rinse out the cap. It's sticky stuff there. Same with this. Dried soap residue makes it hard to undo or do up the cap. So I'm just rinsing it off. And this is I don't know how much, if I have any Murphy soap downstairs or not, but if I don't, then this is all I have. I'll have to get some today. I'll have to put that on my list, double check. That's the other thing, when you're doing a lot of house cleaning, I always check my cleaners to see what I have. And then to wash my cupboards, I'm just using this microfiber cloth. I got it with warm water, like it's not hot, but it is like, you know, it's a little hotter than I would feel comfortable having a bath. So I could put my hand in only because I know it's going to cool down as I clean. So I'm just going to start with these upper cabinets here. Just gotta grab the step stool. So I can reach the upper cabinets. Again, I'm just going with the grain. And the cabinets up here at the top have a lot of detail in them. So around all our cupboards have this nice rope detailing, and then we've got the headers up here that are beveled and this nice rope detail as well. And then we've got these open cupboards here. So it's going to takes me probably about half an hour or so to really get all the cabinets cleaned good. So let me just see, it is 11:43 or 8. I don't know if that was 3 or 8. 11:43. So I'll be back as soon as I get all these cabinets wiped off. It's a long process because I open the doors and I'm doing... Like, I'm not cleaning inside the cupboards, but I just want to get all the doors and drawers wiped off. So it does take some time. So I will be back when I get all of the cupboards wiped off. And then I've got these ones here that got glass. And then I might even go over top with the furniture polish. I'll see what time it is when I get these cupboards. I'm just going to count how many I have to do. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 upper cabinets. Then there's 5 little mini drawers. And then the lower ones, I've got this big one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drawers. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5, 6, 7 lower cabinets to do. So it's not going to take too long, but you know, just don't need to watch me scrub and climbing up and down the ladder, and I got to stand on the counter to reach the ones above my head. So I'll be back when I get all that done. All right, I got the cupboards done, up and the upper and lowers. I've cleaned the outside of my appliances. I've re-wiped off my counters just because cleaning off the cupboards, everything fell down. I did do a quick sweep of my floor, same thing. Wiping down everything off the cupboards and the counters, everything just ends up on the floor. So now my kitchen, other than vacuuming and mopping, my kitchen is done. So now I'm going to head upstairs. I'm going to grab the broom because I got to sweep first. So I'm just going to sweep the spare bedroom, the hallway, and down the stairs. And then I can vacuum and mop everywhere. Oh, I got to do my back door as well. I got to clean off the back door too. So I'm just going to quickly do that. So like I said, I'm almost done for my cleaning for today. It is 12:13. So yeah, it did take me half an hour to do the cupboards. But I also have this wood trim that goes around the doorway in the front entrance. I've got the double door French doors to go into the living room. And I've got the wood trim around the door that goes into the hallway. So I did those. I've got the bucket of Murphy's soap still sitting here because I've got other wood trim down the hallways and into the front entrance. I figure I've got the soap out. I might as well continue cleaning it. I'm just going to say how much better it looks. It looks so much shinier now. I haven't even gotten to the furniture polish yet. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm going to give it some time because some of the doors are still a little wet. So I don't know if I'm going to get to the spray furniture polish on the wood today. I'd like to do that very soon. So probably if I don't get it today, next week. I'll put that down as a reminder for me to do next week, is to do the cabinets and the trim all with the furniture polish. So I think I'm basically almost done for today. I mean, it's now, like I said, 12:15. I started just around 9:30 this morning. I've been cleaning my kitchen and everything. So, and I've got a couple loads of laundry to put in as well. So I got my cleaning cloths. Then I've got all the table runners and placemats to do. So that's 2 separate loads. Yeah, so I'm gonna head upstairs and I'll show you what I'm doing upstairs. So this is that spare bedroom upstairs. So I've got this side is my office area. I'm just gonna sweep this quickly. I just decided that my daughter still needs part of this room to separate and go through her stuff to see what she's keeping, what she's getting rid of. And I just, same thing. I needed a space up here to bring up some stuff from the basement to sort through. So I decided to start with these white cabinets, cubbies, things that were downstairs. I brought them up here. And I got the computer desk cleared off, and I got the printer up here. And so I'm just kind of like setting this up as an office. Some of this stuff is not where it's going to stay, exactly where it's going to stay. Just trying to place things and seeing where they fit when I've only got like that along that wall is the only usable wall I have at the moment. I do have a lot in front of the window, but I don't really want to block the window. Still have to get the curtains up. So I'm going to work on this week is to get the curtains up here. So I'm just going to sweep this room out and sweep down the stairs and the hallway. And then I guess I will be done for the most part up here, and then I'll come back down to the kitchen and just double check that I've actually gotten everything I needed to get done. Right, so I have swept the spare bedroom, the little hallway, down the stairs, down this hallway, the whole kitchen, and this front entrance. And I have a full dustpan of pet hair. And it's kind of gross, but you know, sometimes you're surprised the amount of pet hair I do find. So now that I have swept everything, oh, there's a little bit of, just spilt my dustpan. So now that everything has been swept, now I'm gonna go and vacuum everything and then mop everything. So to show those. So I just have the little Bissell little stick vacuum here. It was $30 at Walmart. Just a very small little basic vacuum. I don't have a lot of space here. I don't have a big house like the other house. So this was just good enough of a vacuum for the little bit of, you know, don't have carpet. Everything is hardwood or tile. So it's pretty easy to clean. And then for my mop, I have the Bissell PowerFresh 2-in-1. So you just fill this reservoir here with water and it just mops using just the power of steam. And I like that. I do have a regular mop and I do have my mop bucket and soap. And so if I do feel like something gets spilt on the floor, needs something more than just steam cleaning, I will mop that. But I find, you know, a couple times a week, just this steam cleaning just kind of sanitizes. And I said, like, so if I feel like I need places to be sanitized, like around the bathroom, especially behind the toilet, around the toilet, and right here where we keep the litter box. So those areas I do actually wash with a actual stronger soap. Or like I said, anything spills, I will get a soap. So I'm just gonna vacuum and mop everything. And then I think I am done. I'm just gonna grab my checklist. I'm just gonna go vacuum and mop and I'll be back and I'm just gonna double check that I got everything that I was gonna clean today. Okay, so it's almost 1 o'clock. I am basically done, but I got one more thing to do, which I noticed when I went to use this. Sometimes stuff gets spilt, like cleaners and stuff, because these get stored in the closet. So I took the reusable cloth off of here. I can't remember what it's called. And I'm just using another cloth here, and it's just a damp cloth, and I'm just wiping the outside of this off. It does get dusty. And same with the vacuum. I did empty this out, but again, the vacuum just attracts the dust. So just gonna give this a quick wipe down. I do this a lot, but I don't always show myself doing it, but occasionally I will notice just on camera just how dirty my things look sometimes. It's like I do clean them, I do wipe them down, I do empty this stuff. Just may not always show it. But there, that is so much better looking. Well, this one here is so much better looking. Can't hold them both up at the same time. This one here, it was when this white part here always gets covered in cleaners and stuff. So those are clean. I will put them away. So I'm just going to go put in a load of laundry. Like I said, it's almost 1 o'clock, but I'll just do a quick walk through and show you what I'm doing today. So my front entrance, I don't like the meow and woof sitting next to each other. They just kept falling over. So I've got them kind of wedged right now. I do want to paint those so they look a lot better. But you can see the whole front entrance here is all cleared out. I did empty my garbage. And the kitchen here, it's all, Easter stuff is all put away. My cabinets and cupboards are all wiped off. The hallway, just cleaning cloths were just on the floor. And all up the stairs has been mopped and vacuumed. I guess vacuumed and then mopped. Same with the spare bedroom. So that is all done. Just got to take those cleaning cloths downstairs. And I got to take the Easter stuff downstairs. And the frying pan, I just set them in the front entrance part of my bedroom while I was doing everything else. Just makes it faster sometimes to one location to another when you're just quickly picking up and moving things out of your way. So in every trip I made downstairs, I was carrying other things back downstairs as well. So again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who subscribes to my channels and watches my videos, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye.